Hello, everyone. Good morning. It is Monday morning, August 31st. I had to think for a moment. August 31st here. I am in Bonita Springs, Florida at excuse me. I'm in Fort Myers, Florida at the Mystical Moon, and I look forward to checking in with everyone, see how everyone's doing. I do have some questions that have already been submitted to me from some of those, from some of the tribe members in my astral group on Facebook. So if you're here watching, please type in your name, and if you have a psychic question, I'll try to get to you. I have about 50 of them that have been submitted already. So in the chat area, feel free to type in your question, and we'll see how many I can get to this morning. What I do want to do, though, is I do want to start by smudging and setting the space for us. So I have white sage and I have black sage to help set the space, set the tone. I've already said my prayer of intention here in my room at Fort Myers. And I know how important it is to set that space before we go into a psychic space. So here's my smudge. It's a great way of starting the week, Monday morning. And let's take a moment and allow the smoke to cleanse our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. Right? So cleansing our minds, our bodies, our spirits, helping us bring in the light to help us connect to source, to our own divine helpers, our higher selves, our protection team, our guidance councils. Yes. And I call upon the light, I call upon our guides, our helpers, our ancestors, the masters, the angelic realm, all that work with us to assist us today as we navigate through our lives. And I ask for my helpers and my team to assist me with sharing messages to help bring through the messages of guidance, healing, and light for those who inquire. And so it is. Alrighty. And so I will be using the Gilded Tarot deck today by Sarah Marchetti. And good morning. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Kat. So I will be going back and forth for those who are tuned in live. So if you're tuning in afterwards, I won't be able to answer your questions because I'm not live. But I'm going to go between those who are live here and the questions that have already been submitted in the Astral group on Facebook. All right, so the first one is going to be for, let me go to my notes here. The first one is for Jennifer B. In the Astral group on Facebook. So she has a question. She's a question for her husband who watches as well, and for her. So there are two different questions. And for her husband, Josh, he wants to know if he is on the right career path. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see if Josh is on the career path that is for his highest and best good. All right, so I'm going to select 3 cards. And I do have a yes for Josh. However, it does look like things are a little bit challenging for him. If I have 2 or 3 right side up, that's my yes. If I have 2 or 3 reversed, that's a no. And I have 3 cards right side up. So we have the 10 of Cups. We have the Page of Swords, and then we have the 7 of Swords. So there are some truths within his career path that I feel are kind of unfolding, and it may not be the most pleasant truth or the dynamics, and I felt like he may be for himself when it comes to his path, maybe even his view or who he is working alongside as well. So it does look like, yes, he is exactly where he needs to be. However, he may need to speak up a little bit more so and communicate his truth. Here he has the Page of Swords, which can be someone sharing their input, and I'm also hearing diarrhea of the mouth, sharing their input when it's not asked for, or maybe speaking up or putting their 2 cents in when they don't have enough information. So he may be experiencing some of those things for himself, but I think he's exactly where he needs to be. And so then the next one is for Jen. I'm just going to do the 2 of you together, and Jen asks, if she had a similar job path in any of her past lives, absolutely. Right away, I have a yes. That yes, you have had healing abilities in other lifetimes. And I do think that you were part of a tribal medicine, a medicine tribe healing. They're just showing me medicines and the people who made the elixirs and the people who created the salves and put all the potions together, which were herbs, plants, roots. The one that's really popping up very strongly is a Celtic lifetime. And then they were pulling me to Southwest Africa as well. So yes, you have had similar themes through many of your lifetimes. And I'm hearing that the one that right now during your current path, the one lifetime that is most similar to the lifetime you have right now is the one in the southwest part of Africa. A lot of healing abilities. A lot of the people that you lived with and that you coexisted with are in this lifetime as well. Okay? All right. So absolutely. Hi there, Linda. So Kat's question, and Linda, I do have your question written down too to go over. All right, so Kat's question is, can I tell you when you'll receive a job offer? Let's see, Kat. Okay, so I'm going to do my spread for time frames. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask months. And what I do is I select the cards until I have one that is right side up for you. So can I tell you when you'll receive a job offer? And of course, this is the most likely outcome. Nothing is set in stone. And we do have the power to and the control to change our reality. So as of right now for Kat, let's see. One. Okay, so this is, I didn't have to go too far. So I have 2 months. Within 2 months, I do think that there is a job offer, and you might even be coming full circle. There might even, okay, so here's what I'm going to say. I do think that you have some options too with the job offer that you are inquiring about. So do you want to work a little bit further from home? Are you thinking about moving? Are you thinking about going back to something that you did before? So within 2 months, I do think that you're going to have your mindset, your mind made up. There is an agreement. Well, most likely within 2 months. It could happen a little bit sooner, it could happen a little bit later. But as of right now, I'm feeling really good about the 2 months. And you'll be pretty pleased. And I feel like also they're showing me this offer checks all the boxes. Maybe not all at once, but it will check up all the boxes, right? The hours, the environment, the pay, and so on and so forth. Okay. I do think that over this next month, you may feel a little bit defeated. So that would be in September. So September, you might feel a little defeated, as if things are not quite panning out in the way that you had hoped. Just hang in there, sister, and address what comes up for you. Okay. All righty. And yes, Joyce, I do have your question. Okay, and you're welcome, Kat. She thought about moving. So put your feelers out there. Really tune in to your own inner self, the messages, the impressions, to see what feels right for you, right? What it is that you really want to do. Okay, so Linda's question, and I do have it, so I'll just bump you up here. Where in Florida or on the West Coast would be ideal? Where in Florida would be ideal for you to live moving forward? So West Coast. Actually, the West Coast of Florida does look really promising for you, Linda. However, I see a lot of reservations. That devil card came up for you. That's the one that's standing out to me. It's I feel that there might be a little bit of compromise. It's this or this, right? Meaning, okay, this is a great opportunity, but I may have to tweak some things and sacrifice a little bit. And it did feel north of the Fort Myers area. So, and I got a yes on that. I kind of feel drawn to Sarasota, Venice, like that area. And I'm going to say, as of right now, I don't feel going north of Tampa. I felt between, say, Port Charlotte and Tampa, somewhere in that area. Okay? All righty. Hello, friends. Okay, the next question. Yes, Joyce, I'm going to go to your question down here. Good morning. Hi, Rosie. Let me find Joyce's question. I know I saw it here somewhere. I copied it, pasted it. Okay, Joyce's question. Does Spirit see financial improvement for you in the near future? You're worried about the house. Okay. So I know that the finances are looking kind of rough for many people right now. Let me pull some cards for you, because I do have yes that financially things will improve, but I honestly am getting the impression that it's just in the nick of time, right? We'll take that or right over not having it, but why do we have to wait, right? So I do have a yes for you. However, moving forward, I feel that you want to make a transition. That's the thing, right? So I do see things improving for you. However, I don't know if you're wanting to move. It's like almost allowing Spirit to make that decision for you moving forward. I have a yes, but you might even move anyhow. That's what I'm feeling. So you have the 9 of Cups reversed. You've got the 8 of Cups. Lots of cups. And you have the World, which is a completion, right? So coming full circle for you there. I have a yes at the nick of time, and just in the nick of time, but I feel that you might be moving anyhow because you're ready to move. So I have a yes. Okay. I feel like one of you wants to move more than the other. Joyce. Hi, Rosie and Raylan. I do have your question, but if you wanted to type it in here, I didn't copy and paste it. And you're welcome, Joyce. Okay, so the next one is for Rosie. Rosie P. Let me get to my notes. Here we go. There you are, Rosie. Okay, so you have a similar question to Louise. I did not get to Louise's question yet. You've been in an on and off relationship for 2 years, wondering if you've already met your soulmate. If not, when will you meet him? You're thinking it's not this person. Any guidance? Yeah, I know with COVID, it's really challenging to get to meet new people. I will say this, though. I have met quite a few people that have begun dating people during COVID. So, and I think you're kind of right, Rosie, that may not be the one. Oh, they're jumping out at me. Oh, there's the World again. Yeah. You already kind of feel it and maybe have been thinking, well, maybe I'm just supposed to settle and make the most of it. It could be worse. It could be better. It could be worse. But I'm hearing that this person now that you're with is not quite that person. We have the World, Queen of Swords reversed. If it doesn't quite fit or check all the boxes, the important boxes, they're probably not the one. And I'm hearing your guides say this is what they want me to repeat, that it probably is better to phase out of that relationship because they are kind of holding the space. They're in the way of the other one coming in, and you're being there in that relationship. You being in that relationship is slowing down another person from coming in, right? So say if we have a table and chairs and there are only 2 chairs. Well, somebody's already sitting in the chair next to you. So how could someone else come in? And that's not always the case, but in your situation, I am hearing that is the case. So I'm going to encourage you lovingly to move on and to phase out of that relationship if you already know it's not that person. Your job is not to figure out how somebody new is going to come in. Your job is to be open and keep that chair open and available. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Okay, and you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so the next one's going to be for Tamara K. And you are welcome, Linda. Okay. So Tamara, will I go back to my previous employment when nursing homes open? Your hairdresser for memory care facilities. Have you been looking for, I feel like there's a change for you, Tamara. I have a no right now, and some of these similar cards are coming up. So you have the Page of Swords reversed, you've got the 5 of Cups reversed, and then you have the Queen of Swords reversed. So I feel like there's a transition for you. And I feel like you were ready for it anyway. What I'm hearing is that the environment is a little bit, it's difficult. That environment is kind of difficult, and I feel like you're ready for a change. Yeah, so if you might already be working. I see a little bit here and there, but I do think as a hairstylist, as a stylist, I think that there's another opportunity that feels a little bit more up your alley these days. The other one, I just feel like it was time for transition. That's all. I don't know if you didn't get along with someone or something, that dynamic, but I don't feel comfortable. And, it's like you go to work, you're excited. I don't know if you felt that way towards the end anyhow. Okay. All right. You're an artist as well. Okay. So I do see opportunity to work as a stylist, maybe a little bit here and there. And then I'm going to encourage you to phase into more artistry as well. Okay. I see you doing both. And I think to try to transition into just one as an artist is too much pressure on your artwork rather than allowing it to grow organically. And you're welcome, Rosie. You needed to hear that. Yeah. I think so too. Okay, so the next one will be for Raylan. All right, you already have cards popping up. Let me read your question. So Raylan's question is, what message does Spirit have for me regarding my spiritual path, and where will it lead me? Actually, I got 4 cards for you. All right. There are some obligations that you have at this time, Raylan, that I see you're trying to get all your ducks in a row. You're really trying to get all the ducks in a row. I see you burning the candle at both ends. And I know you make candles too. So try to manage, if you can, try to manage your time a little bit so you're not stressing yourself out so much. I'm hearing that this is going to continue to grow organically. So try not to rush the process. You have the 10 of Wands, you have the Queen of Pentacles, which I think that maybe there are some areas you're glossing or skipping over, like self-care. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles. So this is getting your financial ducks in a row as well. And then we have the 9 of Swords. So you're a little bit nervous about making some transitions, or maybe there's not a consistent flow yet for you, but there will be. So I'm hearing the seeds are being planted. You are watering those seeds. Continue with the consistency, but remember to keep your balance, to try to keep try to find the balance that's best for you. Everybody's balance is different, right? With how much we feel comfortable with integrating and where our energies are channeled. I'm going to encourage you to find your flow and your balance. Okay? All righty. So you're on a beautiful track. time to continue to get those ducks in a row. And I do think that maybe some financial obligations, or maybe you are wanting to build your nest egg. I think that that's important, just in case for a rainy day. They're saying you can save 10% more than what you're saving. So I hope that makes sense. So 10% more than what you're saving, just in case, because that's also going to bring you some peace of mind. All right, the next one is for Athena. Good morning. You have a question that regards you and your 4-year-old daughter's relationship. It seems like you've been butting heads. Are we just in a funk? I also think, Athena, that you have a strong-spirited daughter. And I do think that that is who she is. And I think that you probably will find that as time goes on. But she needs those boundaries. She needs those boundaries because she has such a strong, awesome presence, but it can be a bit much. And she needs someone to say, okay, you need to just remember who the mom is. And I do think in another lifetime, the roles were reversed. So that may be something that you're going to continue to try to manage throughout your lives. I think she remembers when she was the mom and the boss. And so she tries to apply that now. So continue with your healthy boundaries and being the mom. Oh yeah, I've got the Queen of Swords, I've got the King of Cups, and I've got the Two of Pentacles. So yes, you're able to keep those healthy boundaries with love, and this is going to be probably the flow that the two of you have. However, as she gets older, I see her really, really, really respecting you with who you are as a parent and understanding where you're coming from. She'll hear you and she'll understand you more so as she matures and gets older. She may not like it, but I think she has a really good head on her shoulders. And as she matures, she'll understand it for herself, but she still is going to keep pushing those envelopes. Oh my gosh, I see her as a perfectionist and not liking making mistakes, yet isn't seasoned, right? She's 4. She's 4, so she doesn't have all the answers. And it's just a little bit of a rut. And then I think that you'll be besties again, and then we may encounter another rut or two, or a little bit more of clashing. All righty. And Tamara, you're welcome. Hey there, Travis. I do have your question, and so I will do it, and I will go over it now. And you're welcome, Raylan. All right, so for Travis, so it has to do, I'm going to go over here and find my notes. Any insight on your career path and movement? Gosh, it's so weird these days. I say that a lot, right? It's probably one of the most popular phrases that I use, most used phrases in my dialogue here, and as well as what is wrong with people. Right? It's like, what is going on here? People are losing their minds. We got to find our center. Anyway, so Travis, when it comes to your career path and movement, I see a little bit more of stagnancy taking place right now. However, I do see you revisiting and wanting to utilize some passions and gifts that you've always possessed, that you've always been interested in. And I see you trying to find a way to make a living at that, supporting yourself. So what they're showing me is that the more time and energy you invest in yourself and your gifts, the sooner you'll feel more comfortable about your career path, and it's going to raise your vibration. It's going to put you in alignment with opportunity for doing that thing that you love doing. It doesn't mean that you're not loving what you're doing, but I know that you're in a transition. you are transitioning, it's just not yet. So I would give things maybe 4 more months or so before you start seeing significant results. And that's when I see the path really being a little bit being clearer for you of how it's all going to come together. I think that's where a lot of us get stuck, is how is this going to come together? And we're trying to figure it out and we don't know, because Spirit is helping us coordinate. So you have the Six of Cups. You've got the Six of Wands. Six of Swords reversed, and then the Five of Swords reversed. So you're trying to analyze this and how it's all going to come together. I do know you're in a transition, and I know that the more you stay in a place of trust and have faith with that process, the more clear it will all become for you and come to you, and you'll be able to recognize it. So if you love working, I'm just going to put computer graphics. I do see something with computers with you, by the way. So if you love working with graphics and programming, or some people professional gamers, who knows, then do more of that. Fine tune those gifts. So the things that you're very good at, the things, your gifts, your passions that you're very good at, look into, investigate, check into, seeing how you can improve those gifts and do more of that. Because the more you are in that energy, the more quickly you'll speed up that path, right? So you'll get there faster. I hope that makes sense. All righty. So if you're tuning in live, feel free to type in your psychic question, and I'll see if I can get to you. All right. So the next question from the astral group is from Kaylee. And she was wondering if Spirit has any messages that she could, should do to make extra income. All right, let's see. I'm going to pull 3 cards for you. This is funny how some of the same cards are coming up. I guess it's one of those days, right? And so this is something that happens often. And a lot of people who are professional readers will find, or even if you're not a professional reader and you like to dabble with your cards, some days you are going to see the same cards over and over and over and over. And I pulled from the middle of the deck and I just kind of went all around. So this is for Kaylee. I feel like you want to do something more so in the spiritual realm, but you're not quite sure what you want to do. I'm hearing Spirit bring up working from home. I also see that there might be someone who has some extra work for you that that might need a little bit of assistance. I'm really pulled to the spiritual stuff though. Are you thinking about doing readings maybe? Or they're even talking about spell work, maybe spells for people or a distance Reiki. I keep hearing that it's ideal for her to be working from home. We're just not sure how all that's going to come together. I'm hearing for you to find your center, pose the question of Spirit asking to be in alignment with opportunity to bring in extra abundance and the way that's for your highest and best good. And your next thing is to keep your eyes and ears open for possibilities. I don't think this is the time to start up your own business right now. I feel like there's some extra money. It feels like it's short-term income, but it'll do for now. That will help you for your long term. Okay, so you have the Nine of Cups reversed, the Six of Swords reversed, and the Queen of Wands reversed. I'm also hearing from a female in Spirit that is encouraging you, Kaylee, to dream the big dream. So there's a significant personal goal for yourself, your career path that you're wanting to, it's like, that's your dream. That's it. That's the thing. I feel like it's time for you to sit with that energy, what it would look like, feel like, not all the details, but if that was your life, how would you feel? And then as you get into that excited emotion, those feelings, send that off into spirit to be in alignment with that opportunity. I would even say to get, and we all have personal devices, we all have cell phones. I'm going to encourage you to go ahead on the calendar and map out a date in a year or two and put that there. It's like you're going to plant a seed. You're going to take like an arrow and you're going to shoot it to a certain time frame and write that goal. Put that in your phone, okay? And don't forget. Don't forget your goal and check in on it every once in a while. Maybe send it some energy. But I do think that there is some extra income that's going to be coming in for you. And I felt like it's work from home and you're helping someone out. So who just needs a little bit of temporary work. I feel like it's coming. Your job is to be proactive and to ask around maybe a little bit too. So I do see Athena has comment what I said hit home. Oh, yes, in a past life, she has your great-great-grandmother's soul, and she was in a mother role. That's how she is with the kids, too. And her grandmother was a Gemini, same as her, and she raised you. Boundaries, yes, and you've been working on it, trying your best to be consistent. Yes, because you never know who you're going to have with Geminis. I love my Geminis, but you never know who's going to show up today, right? That could be said for a lot of signs, but Geminis are known for that, of course, right? And you've been trying your best. She is a little human that is full of life, and you're welcome. You're welcome. She's a beautiful soul. Okay, so the next one is for Jill. Hi, Jill. I did get your question, but since you're here, I'm gonna answer it now. If there's a furlough or layoff in your future, if so, the timing of it. They're doing what I'm hearing is that they're doing their best. They are doing their best to not have that happen. Here's the world again. Interesting. Pull from the middle. Okay. So there may be something coming up in the future. My question to you is, are you hoping for that? Are you hoping that maybe this is going to help you at this time to transition into something else? I get a yes. I get a yes. So the world, 10 of Cups reversed, and the 2 of Cups. Jill, has someone offered you another position, another job? Have you been offered another job? Because I do think that, yes, that is most likely coming into play. And I feel like you will probably transition into something, into another job opportunity that you probably will love even more so. And it's through someone you know. They are fighting like hell to keep that business alive, to keep that corporation alive. They already have downsized a little, I think, and I think they're going to have to even more so. If they have more than one location, they're trying to shift that as well. They're fighting for it, but I am hearing that you may be ready for a change, and so. Don't leave though. Don't leave yet. Let it happen organically. It's like I see almost like, please, I want something new to pop up for me, but I don't want to leave my job yet. I felt like Spirit's going to help you transition. Okay. All righty. So then the next one, Margie. I'm just going to bump you to the top here. So your question is, will you find a job soon, or should you just wait for some time to pass? So I'm going to shuffle them up. Pulling 3 from the top. Okay, actually I pulled 4. So I think it's best for you to wait a little bit. All right, so Margie, the 7 of Swords reversed, the 2 of Wands, and then the Magician reversed, and then you have the Queen of Swords reversed too. So I don't see anything new coming in yet. And if you're able to allow some time to pass, then that's good for you, Margie. I would be proactive. I'm always about being proactive. If you put your resume out there and applied for different places, then you're doing the best that you can. So give it a little bit more time, and I feel like that you have the luxury of waiting a little bit longer for something new to come in. Okay. And I think you're telling me she's being productive at this time anyhow. You're taking care of things, getting your ducks in a row as well. Maybe you're enjoying yourself and enjoying the in-between space. Maybe doing a lot more meditation, doing your spiritual work as well. Excellent time to do so. I'm going to encourage everybody to continue to do their spiritual work. So what does that look like? It looks like meditation. It looks like addressing the things that pop up for us that are kind of crappy, the healing, the ancestral, karmic stuff, all of those things. This is the perfect time to do so. Okay. And so Jill says part of her is hoping that you will be able to transition. No offer yet, but you do want something new. And there has been downsizing. So I feel that this is a beautiful transition from one thing to the next. And I do think that that is taking place. Okay, so back to my friends from the Astral on Facebook. So for Kieran L., her question was, will her health get back on track? Karen, I really would love to see you work with your breathing. It's like I have to see all of this stress, these responsibilities. I don't know if you have an autoimmune. I feel a lot of pressure, stress, worry, all really weighing heavily on you, your mind, your body, your spirit. I do think that your health will improve, but there's just so much on your plate. So I'm going to ask you if you have done any cord cuttings lately, right? So shifting the energy, shifting some of the emotional responsibility into, how do I phrase this? It's like I want to cut the cords, and then I want to seal up your energy field, and I want to lovingly support other people without being in their situation, holding space for others. It looks like some people very, very close to you, probably a significant other, is going through a difficult time. So you are doing your best to be there for them. I feel like there's one female in your life now that's here with us that you can lean on. I feel like you need to lean on her a little bit more so, even if it's to have a sympathetic ear. That's going to help you. And so with the cord cuttings, that's taking salt baths, it's going in the water, salt water. It's envisioning Archangel Michael's sword coming in in a healthy way, cutting the cords. We're a blessing, and we're sending the light and the healing to those who need it. I also want you to continue to pray for strength and love and the wisdom that only the non-physical can support us with, to help us be in that energy, and to pray for miracles, for assistance with this path that you have now. So I had the Two of Cups, I have the World again, and then I had the Death card reversed. It may take a little bit longer for you. I am hearing this too, Karen, that you sometimes volunteer helping people when they haven't asked for it. So, and maybe they do want you to help, but I think you're overextending yourself in that way. It's like, if I do this, then they're going to be okay for a little bit. Maybe not. I would love to see you dedicate more time to to just be, to breathe. I want to breathe. I want to bring oxygen into your lungs, into your system. I want to see you out in nature. I want to see you connecting. I don't know wherever your church is. I don't know if you go to traditional church or religion, have a traditional religious practice, but wherever your church is, and for some people it's a building, some people it's organized religion, some people it's nature, some people it's in front of their altar, some people it's their backyard. Wherever your church is, please go to it and fill your soul up, nurture yourself. So I do think your health is going to improve, but I do see it's by you stepping back a little bit and trying to not be everything for everyone, and to make sure your needs are taken care of. And of course, when you love someone and they're going through a difficult time, it can deplete you. You have to make sure that you take care of yourself as well. Okay. And I did want to go back to Travis's comment, paralysis by analysis. You're so welcome, and it makes sense. I'm glad to hear that. Alrighty, so, and you're welcome, Margie. That's what you were feeling. So a lot of times a reading is a validation of what we already felt and what we had already, we already know, right? Confirmation. And how do you cut cords? So you can take salt baths. You can bring in Archangel Michael with his sword to cut those cords. I have a cord cutting spray that has been charged with Reiki, and the mixture, the blending, it has been programmed for helping cut those cords and sealing up your auric field as well. You can do it with a piece of selenite blade and go around your energy field, or you can go to a practitioner as well. Okay. Alrighty, so back to my list. The next one, Travis, I already answered yours, and C. So she doesn't have any specific questions, but she wanted to know if there were any messages. Okay. I'm going to pull 3 for you and see what Spirit is bringing through for you as a message. So if you're tuning in and you haven't asked a question, feel free to type it in. I have about 15 more minutes here. Oh, 20. That clock's a little slow. According to YouTube, we've been live for almost 42 minutes. Okay. So this is for Ann C. through the Astral Group on Facebook. And it looks like you are experiencing a little bit of psychic fuzziness, meaning your gifts may feel like they're not quite as sharp as what they were before, right? So sometimes our intuition is spot on, and we can trust that what we're feeling when it comes to making decisions and being proactive and waiting and so on and so forth. Maybe we hear our spirit guides. Maybe we connect to our ancestors on the other side. You may notice, Anne, that it's a little fuzzy right now, and that's just because I'm hearing that Spirit wants you to really pay attention to what's happening here in the physical, and I think we should do that. I really do. And there are periods when we're super spiritual and we're meditating and we're doing all the things, right? We've got our practice and we light a candle, incense, and I for 10 minutes and so on and so forth. And there are times where we're flying by the seat of our pants, and life is a little bit hectic and crazy. So that's kind of what I'm feeling for you, and your gifts, your intuitive gifts, your spiritual connection will be even stronger as as time goes on and as you deal with what you are dealing with in the physical. It could be observing what's happening with other family members. It doesn't mean life is all chaotic, but I feel that there's a lot going on, and maybe there's a little bit of guilt about not being as spiritual or as connected as what you were before. So, Nancy, you have the Page of Swords reversed. You've got the King of Wands reversed, and then you've got that High Priestess reversed. So you may be feeling like you lost your mojo a little bit, but you did not. Okay? It's still there. It's going to be even clearer than what it was before. Alrighty, back to those who submitted questions. The next one is for Anjali. Should I move back to Minnesota? Let's see. I'll pull 3 cards for you. And I think, Louise, you're still on here, so I'm going to make sure I find your question. Okay, so this is for Anjali and the Astral Group. And I'm sorry, but I'm only able to answer one question per person because I have quite a few here to navigate through. All right, so should she move back to Minnesota? As of right now, I have a no. It might be best for you to wait a little bit before you go back. I have the Tower card reversed. I have the Eight of Swords reversed, and then I have the Three of Wands. I feel like it would be best for you to give things a little bit more time to be activated here. You actually may be moving back to Minnesota, but not yet. I feel like the dust needs to settle there a little bit more so. There's this huge recalibration throughout our entire country. And if your needs are being met where you're at right now, and I feel like it's local here in Southwest Florida, there's no reason to change it yet. I think that deep down within your being, your soul, you know that you're probably supposed to be up there eventually. It's just not yet, I'm hearing. I'm hearing not yet. To wait and see what pops up, what emerges. Might be a couple more years. I don't want to say a couple, maybe a year and a half or so before you make that transition back. Okay. All right. So I'm hearing not yet. All right. So I'm going to find Louise's question. All right, Louise, you were wondering if you could get a confirmation or if you should continue to work on a relationship over 3 years on and off. Should you cut the cords and move on? All right. You're so on the fence. You have a lot of details around that question. So I'm going to ask about that relationship that's on and off for 3 years. See if it's the same message you have that Rosie had. We'll find out, won't we? All right. So I'm going to pull 3. 1. There's this card again. All right. Wait, let me go back here. So your question was, should you continue to keep working on this relationship? And I have a yes. I have a yes. You probably thought you were going to have the same answer as Rosie. And when I asked that, I heard, nope, they're going to encourage her to continue to work on this relationship. I'm hearing that your situation is a little bit different than Rosie's. And Spirit is encouraging you to give this relationship your best effort, put forth your best effort, give it your best shot. And I am going to say it. You may not be with this person forever, but right now it's really important for you to give it your best shot. You two are not done yet. Maybe that's why you were kind of like, maybe I should ask another question. I'm going to encourage you to do your very best. The 2 of Wands reversed, the Magician, and the Queen of Cups. There is some magic and electricity that takes place between the 2 of you. And I'm going to encourage you to give it your best shot right now. This may not be who you are with for long term. I think it depends on where both of you are at. But I want you to give it a really good shot. Do your best. Be there, listen, try not to do things halfway. Hi there, Daphne. And Joyce, I'm sorry I'm not able to answer your question because I have a few to still get through here. All right, so the next question is from Sonia C. It has to do with her relationship, and she has just recently decided to be the 2 of you have decided to be in a committed relationship versus just dating. You've been waiting for a long time for this and was wondering if you see it working out. Okay, let's select a couple cards and we shall see. I have a yes. All right, working out means what? It means enjoying each other's company. It means having a healthy relationship. So I have a yes. You have the Wheel of Fortune reverse, meaning that there's some things that pop up that may cause you to wonder, are we doing the right thing? But I have a yes. And things that may pop up, maybe disagreements or different points of view and so on and so forth. There might be a stepchild or an ex thing that pops up, but you'll be able to work through that. Then you have the Four Swords, and then you have the Chariot. I'm kind of wondering if one of you is a Cancer, the sign Cancer. It's my Cancer card. So I have a yes. Enjoy yourselves. Have fun. You know, sometimes we worry about when is it going to end? Is this going to be long term? What am I wasting my time? Sometimes we are, and sometimes it's not broken, so we don't need to end it or to toss it to the side because it might not be forever. We learn so much about ourselves in relationships, right? Yeah, I'm hearing enjoy your time together, and it could be long term. And yay, you're welcome, Louise, and thank you, Joyce. All right, so the next question from the Astral Group, and if you're just tuning in and you have a second question, feel free to type it in here. I'll be live a little bit longer. The next one is for Amy B from the Astral Group and on Facebook. Am I blocking myself from spiritual learning? It's a good question. But usually we do sabotage somehow, one way or another in there, right? So 1, 2, 3. And I do have I haven't, not really. And this is what I had felt before before I pulled the cards. This is what I was getting is, I don't think you have found the area that you're super, super, super passionate about with your spirituality. It could be that you're doing your work. Maybe you come across a book or somebody shares their experience, say with runes. I'm just going to go with runes, and you're like, oh my gosh, runes are so cool. I think I want to learn about them. I feel like you haven't found that area where you really can sink your teeth into when it comes to your spirituality. It doesn't mean you're not growing. It just means that maybe they're just, it feels like, well, there should be more epiphanies and more ahas and more dramatic events. Sometimes it's very quiet, and sometimes there's a lot, and there's always something happening in the etheric realms and the non-physical that we often aren't aware of. So I don't think you're really blocking anything. I think that there's more taking place with your non-physical self and your helpers, and I do see you narrowing down your focus spiritually to learn about, to absorb, to bring in a different practice, maybe even. I'm pulled towards a certain spiritual way of practicing. So it could be Egyptian, it could be Atlantean, it could be Native American. So I see you really fine-tuning that and delving into that. So the answer actually is a no. You are not stopping your progression. Next one's from Chelsea L. Hey there, she says she wants to know if she will achieve being her own boss and business owner in 2021. I have a yes. The minute you say, I'm a business owner, there you are, right? You start having products or services. You're a business owner. So I do have a yes. I'm hearing that process of not rushing it though. So yeah, what does that look? I feel like there are questions for you to really sit with. What does that look like for you being your own boss? And by the way, those of us who have been our own bosses, it's not always cracked up to what we think it would be, but it is a certain level of reaching those goals, right? That achievement, because, we say, I'll make my own hours. So those who have done this, so you'll make your own hours. Is going to be my own boss. Don't have to answer to me. That is not true. do. We usually are working a lot more than what we thought. And yes, we do have to answer. We have to answer to our clients. We need to answer to sometimes staff members, the accountability thing. And if someone calls off, here you are filling that space. However, there is a really beautiful essence to it, though, when you have set a goal for creating a business and being able to thrive in that. That's a different level of accomplishment, being in a place of contentment and peace for having been able to do that for yourself. So I do have a yes. I feel with your level of success of what that looks like for you, I feel it's more towards 2021, although I still see you being able to call yourself a business owner. It just, the level of accomplishment may be a little bit further out than what you, a little bit further out. So you could say it right here, right now. However, I know what you mean. So I'm looking more towards, oh shoot, I put the cards away. I'm looking more towards the 2021. All righty. So let's see what we've got here. The next question is from Zuli. She would love to receive a message in regards to the relationship status and her current situation. Card flew out, so I'm going to grab that card. A lot of questions there, so I'm only able to do one. All right, so what I have for you is the 8 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords reversed, and the Page of Pentacles. So regarding your situation right now, you are making progress. And I do think that there's a lot that you're learning about yourself and the process. It feels like there's also some type of training, study, unfamiliar territory, but I see it flowing for you. With all of the other questions and the areas that you had for moving forward in the future, I think that you'll be in alignment for another, whether it's another relationship, but and all the things that you're wanting for yourself. But first, we have to trust what's front and center for us. So you're making, they want me to reiterate, you're making progress. As you make progress, you learn about yourself more so. You go more in depth. You embrace those bright, shining, star-like aspects of yourself, and that will help put you into alignment with the other goals that you have for yourself. So even if you feel like you're not making progress, you are. Okay. If you feel like you're not getting anywhere, you are. You need to trust that. Compared to where you are to where you were 3 months ago. Alrighty, the next one is for Anna Barnes. Her question is, why do I attract broken people? It seems like I'm the one helping, scarifying, and giving up more. That might be a different word. Never heard that word. Anyway, why do you attract broken people? Well, you've got a fixer personality, a fixer, savior, rescuer, and it comes with conditions. So when we attract that type of archetype, what we are doing is we're sending out that signal that if I fix you, hopefully you'll love me, right? So then it's a non-verbal energy cue that we're sending out. It's just an energy. And we attract to us the people who fit those belief systems. And maybe you aren't doing this consciously, which I really don't think you are, but there is that part of you that wants to fix people. And in the end, they'll appreciate it and they will be loyal and so on and so forth. And you can't fix people, right? Can't fix people. So what I have here is, and this is interesting because I also was feeling that this is connected to childhood, to wanting to do the right thing, to try to divert the attention from a situation that is difficult with the family. And it's all about approval. Approval from parents or teachers or siblings or just people that you were around when you were younger, and you wanted to have that reassurance that they love me. So what's popping up then is that need for approval. However, not everyone's going to like us. Not everyone is going to appreciate all that we do for them. And this is your opportunity to set those boundaries into motion. We have the Eight of Cups reversed. We have the Ace of Wands reversed. And then we have the Hierophant reversed. So I do think that you have been winging it for a long time. And especially as a child, maybe not, it doesn't necessarily mean it's your parents, but I do think that somewhere in your upbringing, in your within your developmental stages, that you needed a lot of external validation, and children need that. However, I don't know if you received it and maybe have attracted people that need fixing, or sometimes it's a diversion from the healing work that Spirit wants us to take care of. And it's like you give it away. You're giving away your attention, your energy, your time, your love, and not everybody appreciates it. So Spirit wants you to dedicate yourself to your own path, for your own needs, and making sure those needs are met, and to remember that you cannot fix everyone. And some people don't want to be fixed. Some people don't want to be fixed. Hey, I see that too, even in my own life. I see the potential within someone, and this is in my personal life too. And I want to help them, but they didn't ask for my help. And so here I'm putting suggestions out, or, hey, look at this over here. I think this would be wonderful for you. And they want no part of it. So that's my lesson. I need to step back and bring that attention back to me. Okay, why am I doing that? Yes, I see their potential. I'll just send prayers and support them in that way. All right, next one is for Linda's. I did Linda. So it'd be Bella V from the Astral on Facebook. I feel a constant presence. Is it someone living or someone past? I really feel like you're feeling your spirit guides these days, and they're trying to connect with you. All right, so I see your spirit guides wanting to connect with you. So I feel like you got a lot going on there. I see spirit guides. I see crossed over animals. I see ancestors. I do think your intention is to feel spirit, see spirit, acknowledge that there's another side. And I think it's all coming in at once. But I definitely see and feel a female spirit guide. That is your main guide that really wants you to work with her. She has a lot to say and a lot to, so she wants to continue to support you with more of your own conscious awareness. I don't see it as someone who is here. And like I said, I saw pets around you too. I see pets around you as well, crossed over pets. That main spirit guide, I'm being pulled to ancient Greece with her. So hopefully you're able to go through a meditative state and connect with her in that way. I think she'll provide you lots of support. Alrighty, so then I have one for Joan and Joe. Will Joe and I be buying a house soon, and where? Will they be? This is a buyer's market. So, oh man, yes. So I have a yes, and it looks like I don't know if you're looking for a newer home. So I have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and I have the Eight of Cups. So yes, there is a new home. I feel it's kind of close to where you're at. I don't see you moving far away. It feels like you have some really good solid roots with where you're at, even though you might feel like, oh, we need to move somewhere else, change things up. But I do see, it feels like newer construction, new to you, of course. And yes, I do see a new home coming in kind of close to where you're at. If I was to do like a radius, I say within 10 miles of where you're at now, around. So somewhere around there. And it is a buyer's market. So this is a good time for you to buy. All right, I'm going to do one more from the Astral Group Online. And this is for, Patricia K. Her question is, can I expect to change my living arrangements in the next 3 months, or will I go out of my mind? Can she expect? Okay, so let me see. I'm going to pull 3 from the top. All right. I see that you're probably going to continue to be where you're at right now. I don't see a big change for you yet. I've got my Page of Cups reversed. I've got the Moon reversed, and I had the Six of Swords. So not yet. And you're not going to go out of your mind, but I do see more peace of mind. So there are some gifts within your living arrangements right now. I'm hearing make the most of it and try to find at least 10 positive things about where you're at right now. You're not going to lose your mind. And I think keeping your sense of humor is a great thing at this time. It's not forever, but for the next 3 months, I think you're probably going to stay where you're at, or with your living arrangements. And then I'm being pulled to like February of next year. So I think that there'll be some changes there, and there are some perks of staying where you are. Okay, I am going to do one more. This is for Julie I. She needs to know if Bandit is at peace and forgives her so she can get past the anger of guilt and find peace herself. Yes, I'm hearing that Bandit has nothing but unconditional love for you. Nothing but unconditional love for you. You are the one who is feeling the guilt, and I feel like Bandit has made their presence known to you and has shown you that they're around. You need to forgive yourself. You've done the best you can, and when we unconditionally love, there's not much more we can do, right? It's like, I'll do anything for you. I want to do the best for you. And I see that the only one that's giving you guilt is you. Bandit loves you unconditionally. Okay. I feel like there might be someone else who has put their 2 cents in. They need to take their 2 cents and we'll put it over there. But Bandit is not upset with you. I have a no, not upset with you. Bandit loves you. And this was the best decision that you could make based upon what was going on. So Bandit loves you. I think Bandit's going to give you, I do like hawks. So they're showing me hawks. So Bandit's going to show you 3 different instances of hawks as a message that Bandit is at peace. His bandit spirit is soaring, and Bandit loves you. Bandit could not love you. Bandit will always love you. I don't know if Bandit's coming back. Bandit might come back as another fur baby. I think we're kind of deciding on that. If Bandit does come back, it might be in a few years or so. But Bandit is now a protector and guardian for you. All righty. So that's going to wrap it up right now for live mini readings. The next round of this will be on Facebook, Sunday morning from 9:30 to 10:30. I'm going to follow up and finish the questions that were submitted. I had quite a few. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a beautiful week. Full moons coming up on the 2nd, right? So let's gather all of our focus and our intention to send our intentions off into the universe and enjoy the beautiful energies of the full moon. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.